Dave Wilkes presents a Salute to Philly Boxers Awards banquet.
Mr. Dave Wilkes, who has been putting on this amazing event for 27 plus years. Dave, why did you start this event?
I actually started it because I train fighters and I manage fighters, and everybody in the ring, the fighter wins and he throw up his hands and he's jumping all around, and everybody's like, yay, look what that fighter did, look what that fighter did. But they don't know how he got to do that. There was a trainer, a manager, a cut man, all these people in his life that helped him get to that point don't get any recognition. So I decided I was going to start this event and give everybody in boxing some recognition. So I have an award for everybody. I even have an award for the spouse of the year.
An award for everyone. 27 plus years you've been doing this, and there's so much, as you mentioned. There are a contest. There are the furs. There are so many things. What are you hoping that folks take away from the event when they come?
Love, because that was our slogan when we first started. Put down the gloves and show love. Because everybody in the gyms all around the city, when they box, they actually fighting. You know, so they get in the ring and they beat each other's brains out. Here's a day that they can put down those gloves and come here and show love to each other.
So I'm here with Zainab, and she is the MC for tonight. Why did you decide to be the MC for this particular event?
Well, I've worked with Dave in the past, and all of the charities and organizations that he's connected with, especially in terms of domestic violence and domestic abuse, abuse against women, I'm very passionate about. As my mom, growing up, she was a victim of domestic violence. So any way, shape, or form I can give back to children's charities, domestic violence charities, abuse survivor charities, I definitely want to lend my heart, lend my hand, lend my skills, lend my talents in any way, shape, or form that I can.
Awesome. And so what have you seen since you've been around Dave Wilkes Productions? What have you seen the impact on the community to be?
I've definitely seen people's lives get transformed in terms of self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence, especially with abuse against women. That can just break you down, not only physically, but also mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And seeing those women get built back up piece by piece, scene by scene, and their big, beautiful women's pageants, it's definitely amazing to see. And I love things like that.
Awesome. So we are here with Tatiana Frey, and she is a female boxer and really doing her thing. So tell us what brings you to this event.
What brought me to this event is my coach. He introduced me and he told me that that it would be a good time, that it was always a good event for him. So he just wanted me to come and have a good time.
Awesome. And so did you receive an award today? Tell us about that award.
I received Pivot Boxing Female Fighter of the Year award. I'm very grateful. I couldn't have done it without God and my team. I have a very good team who cares about me and cares about my career.
Awesome. So tell us what this award means to you and the work that it takes to be a female boxer.
Honestly, it takes a lot of work to just be a boxer in general. To be a female boxer is really tough. Sometimes when you get matched up, it's really hard to get matched up. There's not a lot of female boxers in the boxing industry, so it takes a lot of hard work. This award is very meaningful to me, and I'm just very grateful.
Well, we're very proud of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Marcus is here. He is also of Pivot Boxing, but he is a trainer, and he came out to this Dave Wilkes event. Why?
Hey, I've been coming to these awards for at least 4 years straight already, like 3-4 years we've been coming consecutively. So, you know, we always support and we love when, you know, people come together to shed light on the Philadelphia boxing community, regardless of whether we're being awarded or not. We're just boxing enthusiasts at the end of the day, and we just coming out to show love. You know, it's a small community, but it's a community that's very loving, positive, and embracing as well. So I always take the time, regardless of what I'm doing, to come out and show love to the Philadelphia boxing community, for sure.
And let's tell us, what does Pivot Boxing offer to the young folks in Philly?
We provide a little bit of everything. We provide companionship. we definitely, if you want to say father figures, we definitely have that, because unfortunately a lot of the kids that grew up in the impoverished neighborhood that I grew up in as well don't really have father figures, so we provide that as well if needed. A helping hand, because we give out to the community as well, clothing, shoes, food, we do a little bit of everything, and of course we teach people how to, box. So we do a little bit of everything, man, whether it's teaching them self-defense, being a helping hand, or just being somebody to lean on overall.
We're now joined by Nate, who is a former cruiserweight champion in the 90s. Nate, how long have you been supporting this event?
At least about 4 years.
Why is it important for you to come to this event?
Because I know a lot of young people won't come out, and hopefully they can learn, by looking at us and watching us and listening to us, tell them what to do, what not to do, and be positive in the community.
Excellent, excellent. Being positive in the community is super important. What lessons can boxing teach us about being positive in the community?
Being disciplined and not hanging around the wrong crowd, and able to think for yourself. There's a lot of leaders, a lot of followers and not leaders. I think this is a very good event for that.
So Dave Wilkes has been putting on this dinner for years. It sounds as though you've been here but you plan to keep coming back year after year.
As long as I'm breathing and in good health, yes, I will.
Terrible Tim Witherspoon. He's been to Dave Wilkes events on multiple occasions. Tell us a little bit about your history as a boxer.
Originally I was started out to be a football player, and then I got hurt. I was high school. I was all Philadelphia tight end. I made those awards. Then I had a scholarship. I went to university, and I started as a freshman. I got hurt. Then I came home and everybody was boxing, like Buster Drayton. I grew up with him, Earl the Pearl Hardgrove. And so he was going to the gym one day, and I said, hey, where you going? He said, I'm going to the gym. And I went to the gym right near the Italian market.
So you also grew up in South Philly. You went to the Italian market. Did you happen to run up the art museum steps? Because this story sounds familiar. It sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, we did that more than he did. We did that more than Sylvester Stallone did. We used to go up there and run the steps or play around the art museum. We used to go around the art museum all the time, and here I am winding up the same thing they did in the movie, the real two-time heavyweight champ of the world. And I did the same exact things they did.
Why was it important for you to be here today at Dave Wilkes' event?
Because he putting on an event, and boxing ain't getting no better. And if I can come and contribute and help and make it a positive situation, I'm gonna do it.
So I am here with Nicole Fisher. Can you tell me what you do and why you feel like it's important to be here?
Hey, I'm Nicole Fisher. I'm an amateur boxer here in Philly. I'm also a community leader. I mentor the youth along with my husband and coach. I know the importance of being here is to salute the Philly boxers for what they do for the community, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I am one of the nominees, so I'm definitely excited for that. Mostly just, make sure we still commit ourselves to the youth and the community is the main goal.
So what has boxing taught you?
Boxing taught me perseverance, resilience, determination, being disciplined. It taught me a lot, and I was able to actually channel that energy to my boys. They also amateur boxers as well, and to the youth in the community. So far, I did do a lot of accolades. I'm a national champion, all right, and I just got ranked number 8 of the nation.
Okay, so I know there's a lot of young women who are looking at you like, wow, how did she even get into this? So give some tips to the females that are trying to get into.
Well, one thing I can say is if you do take this, whether it's for a sport or not, just definitely take boxing. It's going to teach you discipline, resilience, and just to keep your mind right. Mostly it's mental, 100% mental. So definitely, I encourage all women. I do work with some women too as well, and I push them to their limits.
I'm now joined by father and son, Raphael and Cameron, and they're here at this Dave Wilkes boxing dinner. It's the first year, correct?
Our first year attending, yes.
Understood. So Cameron, you've been boxing since you were 5. What has drawn you to boxing?
It's been my dream, and then I've been wanting to do it since I was 5 because, like, I been seeing people fighting, and I was willing to give it a try.
So Dad, Raphael, tell us, why are you here tonight at the dinner?
Well, we're celebrating with our local gym, Pivot Boxing, Orlando. He told us that, this is a wonderful celebration of Philly boxing and a great representation of what Philly boxing is about. So he encouraged us to come out. Cam being so interested in boxing, we just had to check it out. We had to celebrate and support Philly boxing till its fullest.
Understood. So Cameron, tell us about your full goals, your dreams, and your aspirations with boxing.
So first, I want to win the heavyweight title. And then second, I want to beat Mike Tyson's record when he was 20 years old. And then when I become 19, I'm going to beat it. And then also, I want to start working harder and pushing myself to the limit in boxing. And then I just want to, I need to get, and then my fourth goal is to get stronger and then, and then become a coach too when I retire.
You hear that, Mike Tyson? You got Cameron coming for your record. So one day when you're old and gray, this little fella here is going to take your spot. Jay's here joining us, and he has been a supporter of this Dave Wilkes event for years. Why are you a supporter?
Why? Because number one, I've been interested in boxing most of my life. I was fortunate enough to know Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, especially during the years when they were champs. So I lived through boxing. I'm a boxer too, but I got drawn more into basketball during that time. So they were in the paper, I was in the papers. So when Dave came along, it was exciting. I also go down to Atlantic City to the Hall of Fame boxing. And when me and Dave got together, he started talking about boxing. I jumped right in here to collaborate with him and support him.
So as a supporter, this event is amazing. It's been going on for years. What are you hoping folks get out of the dinner tonight?
Well, I hope they get the understanding and getting to see some of the champs and how hard they work to get to where they be. They had to put the work in. Our champs had to put the work in. There's no easy street. So they'll see that, and they should be rewarded for their efforts.
Understood.
All right, so we are on the red carpet, and can you tell me your name and your connection to boxing?
My name's Alex Barbosa. I'm the president of R&B Promotions, owner of TKO Fitness, retired fighter. I'm an announcer. I don't know. I do a lot.
I see you do a lot. So why did you feel like it was important for you to be here today?
It's always important for the boxing community to show out and come support events. These events are super important and super necessary for keeping boxing prevalent in our communities, in our culture, and just everywhere. So the more boxing events, the better.
Okay. So tell me, there's a lot of young people walking around here. Like, tell me what you have gotten from boxing. Why is that important?
Oh, boxing? Boxing taught me how to be a man. I didn't pick up a pair of gloves till I was after I graduated from college, and you can't cut corners. You have to do everything. You have to work the floor. You have to do every single thing that's super necessary in order to maybe have a chance to win. So, boxing, like I said, I tell everybody, my students at the club, fighters that I'm dealing with now, like boxing will teach you something about yourself if you pay attention.
Now joined by Orlando of Pivot Boxing. He has brought a whole crew out here, and actually a lot of his crew won some awards. Orlando, tell us a little bit about Pivot Boxing and what it means to the young folks of Philly.
Well, Pivot Boxing Academy, we're located on the north side of Philadelphia. We are a community gym who has taken on the task of changing lives and teaching the art of boxing, create champions, and create a man of good.
Boxing is great. It teaches so many lessons. So talk to us about some of those lessons that are imparted to the kids that you work with.
Well, we first of all start with teaching these kids how to love themselves. When you love yourself, you treat other people with love. You treat other people with respect, especially when you respect yourself. We're big on discipline. We're big on self-discipline, which a lot of people lack. And again, we have kids. We start them as young as 4 years old. And we have members who are up to 65, 70 years old. So we're open for everyone, anyone that's willing to work hard, anyone that's willing to come in and be a part of something positive. That's where we are.
Dave Wilkes has been putting on this dinner. He's been a part of the boxing community for years. What does it mean for you to be a part of the Dave Wilkes family?
Yeah, we always support what Mr. Wilkes does. This is something positive for the boxing community. A couple of years ago, people were thinking that boxing was a dying form, a dying art. And banquets like this and award ceremonies like this for the community does a lot of good for boxing, especially for the kids that are starting in this business. It gives them something to look forward to, and it's just something that is needed in the community, something that's needed to make the sport better and continue to go through years after years.
Now I'm joined by Oscar, who has an amazing legacy in boxing, nationally, internationally, and in the Philly area. Oscar, why was it important for you to be here tonight?
It was important for me to be here to recognize the boxers that are here today in the modern age. I can go all the way back to Frazier and Ali and Holmes and all those. Matter of fact, I have their boxing gloves signed by those individuals I just mentioned. And I was hopefully going to get Frazier here, not Frazier, but try to get Tyson, Iron Mike, get him here today. And eventually we're going to get him to one of your organizations because he's an outstanding young man and he's still boxing.
Now your organization is amazing because you guys sponsor the youth in the community. So talk a little bit about your organization and what you do.
Okay, our organization is called the Advanced Community Partners, Inc. It's located in Norristown on Cherry Street. We have two buildings there, 212 and also 216 Cherry Street. And that's to sponsor the youth in the area of music, art, drones, aviation. And we have all those things there for the young people to understand and to know that they can move into greater things other than being on the street and getting into trouble.
Boxing teaches us so many lessons. What's the top 2 or 3 lessons? Actually, just give us one. One lesson that you think boxing teaches young folks.
Boxing teaches so much to people because I can remember back in my time now, I go way back now, 1941 I was born. I go back to Joe Louis. I remember the time we were looking and watching the radio, not the television, the radio. And all of us would get around there and hear Joe Louis box and become one of the greatest fighters in the world. And he laid a legacy and his background and so forth for us kids to follow. And we all used to try to emulate him in terms of how he used to move and box. And not only that, but his character. So important today.
Understood, Oscar. Thank you so much for supporting this amazing event, and congrats. Much success to you in the future.
Thank you, and you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
So I'm here with CC Dash, and you hold some titles with being a part of the Wilkes production. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the title that you hold.
So I'm CC Dash from Philadelphia. As part of Wilkes Productions. I was the 2023 Big Beautiful Women International Pageant Queen, as well as I'm an independent R&B recording artist, and then have a full-time job outside of that. So many titles, many hats as a sales rep. So yes.
Awesome. So tell us, why did you decide to be a part of this evening tonight?
So as the pageant queen, as we advocate for domestic violence, a lot of the events had geared towards boxing events. And so being the 2023 queen, I had also come to the event last year. This is my second year coming and attending. And so it's just nice to support as the boxers support the queens, for the queens to then go back and support the boxers, and none other than our own Philly boxers. So it's always a wonderful event to come out here and give the salute to the proper boxers that are due. And trainers, and it's a bunch, not just the boxers, but it's the trainers, it's the promoters, everybody else that gets some credit due to Dave Wilkes continuing this legacy.
There's a lot of people in this room, so thank you for giving props to all the different people that make this happen. So being a winner of the beauty title, what did you learn during your year, and what are you continuing to learn with that title?
Just to continue to uplift and encourage, and it's something that I've always done, even at being an R&B artist and wanting to make inspirational and inspiring music, but also learning to just continue to support, advocate. You never know, who's watching, who may need your support, and we all need it. And you never know when that time comes for you to need the same support. So always wanting to give back and knowing that it comes back to you.
Thank you so much, Cece, for being with us today.
Now here with Juan of Pivot Boxing Academy, up-and-coming fighter of the year. Tell us, Juan, why did you get involved with boxing?
I was getting in trouble. I was getting in trouble in school and stuff, and my dad wanted me to learn discipline. So he took me into a boxing gym, and then my grandpa, I've been doing this since I was 6. My grandpa was a fighter, and my uncles were fighters, professional. And they were always on me to be in the gym, so it's in my DNA.
It's in the DNA, and we talk about discipline. Boxing teaches so many things. What else has boxing offered you, Juan?
Just a self-confidence, self-motivation, also to be a leader, learning how to, because when you got leadership qualities, you don't know how to use them when you early in your life. Boxing taught me how to use my leadership qualities and stuff like that.